Interphase is the first phase in mitosis. Interphase is the phase when DNA replicates. Prophase is the next phase in mitosis. Prophase is the phase when chromosomes thicken and become visible. Metaphase is the next phase. Metaphase is when chromosomes line up at the equator of the cell. Anaphase is the fourth phase in mitosis. It is when the spindle fibers shorten and chromosomes move to the poles. Telophase is the last phase in mitosis. Telophase is when the spindles break down, the chromosomes uncoil, and the nucleus membrane reappears. Interphase is the first phase in meiosis. Interphase is when the DNA replicates. The next phase in meiosis is prophase number 1. Prophase number 1 is when chromosomes cross over, the nucleus starts to dissolve. The next phase is metaphase number 1. Metaphase number 1 is when the chromosomes align at the equator of the cell. The fourth phase is anaphase number 1. The first anaphase is when separated chromosomes pull apart. The fifth phase is telophase number 1. This is when the spindle breaks down and chromosomes uncoil. Next is cytokinesis interphase number 2. This has 2 cells with 4 to 6 chromosomes. This also is when the DNA replicates. Next is prophase number 2. Prophase number 2 is when the chromosomes thicken and become visible in both cells. The next phase in meiosis is metaphase number 2. Metaphase number 2 is when the chromosomes line up at the equator of both cells. The next phase is anaphase 2. Anaphase 2 is when the spindle fiber shortens and the chromosomes move to the poles. The last phase in meiosis is telophase number 2. This is when the spindle breaks down, chromosomes uncoil. This also makes 4 new daughter cells.